Hey everybody, it's Mrs. LaFlamme. I haven't seen you for a while, but at this time of the year, we usually invite Mrs. Crowell to the middle school to talk about books she has read that she would like to recommend in book talks. But we're doing it different this year. We're doing it virtually. Before she starts, I just want to remind you that anything you read for the summer reading program at the public library counts for your middle school reading. Okay, they're going to have curbside pickup this year for you to get books. And if you can't get to the public library, this app is on your Chromebooks. You can also download it to a cell phone or a tablet, and you can read an ebook with this app. Go to the middle school website. It has the app and it has the directions. So have a great summer. Bye.
Hello, it's Rhoda Kroll from the West Springfield Public Library. I'd like to thank Mrs. Milo and Mrs. LaFlamme and all the 6th grade teachers for inviting me to come and talk about books. We have made it through the end of another school year, and what a school year it's been. Summer is fast approaching, and I've been asked to make some suggestions of books that you could read during the summer. I've come up with 7 exciting books in different genres that you might want to check out. Now, all of these titles are available at the library as ebooks, e-audiobooks, and as print books. So I hope you enjoy the choices. Our first book is called Gamechanger by Mike Lupica. When you're on the football team or any team, there are always those whose passion for the game drives the team to work harder. They are the ones that get put into any position on the field, and they are the go-to player when the game is on the line. Ben McBain is that player. But Ben's dream has always been to play quarterback, and 2 things are getting in the way of his coach putting him in the position. Number 1, he's small for a quarterback, and the coach can't see beyond his height. Number 2, Coach O'Brien, a former professional quarterback, has a son on the team, and he wants his son to follow in his footsteps. So, should Ben be a good teammate and help Sean as he struggles in the position, or should he go after his own dream of being a star quarterback? And the only way to find out is to read the book. Now, keep in mind that this is book 1. Book 2 is called Playmakers, and that has a basketball theme. And book 3 is called Heavy Hitters, and that's at a baseball theme. So if you enjoy sports fiction, I would highly recommend anything by Mike Lupica. Anya and Her Dragon by Sophia Pasternak. Everyone in Anya's town performs small acts of magic when nobody's looking. There's plant magic and animal magic, water magic, and even fool magic. Anya is waiting for her talent to develop, but she can only test it out in secret. Ever since the dragon killed the Tsar's wife, magic has been outlawed for all except a few, with special permission, like knights who are tasked with finding all the dragons and bringing them to the castle. Now, Anya's town is rumored to have the last dragon in all of Russia. When Ivan Ivanovich and his 8 sons, all named Ivan as well, arrive in town charged with finding it, they hire Anya for help. Anya is torn. Her grandmother says the dragons help the town, but her family needs the money, or the anti-Semitic magistrate will take her family's home. So, should she save the dragon, or should she save her family? Or is there any way that she can do both? Fantasy is one of my favorite genres, and I hope you enjoy this story as much as I do. Anya and Her Dragon. Project 1065 by Alan Gratz. The setting is World War II Germany. The war is raging. The Nazis are rising to power. Our main character, Michael O'Shaughnessy, is the son of Irish ambassadors to Nazi Germany. Now, although Britain has declared war on Germany, Ireland remains neutral. So, as with all boys in his school, Michael speaks perfect German and is a member of the Hitler Youth. He is being groomed to enter the Nazi ranks. But Michael has a secret. He and his parents are spies. Their job is to find locations of Nazi ammunition factories and other information, and then relay those coordinates in code to the British. One of the boys in the Hitler Youth shows Michael secret plans to a prototype Nazi jet plane called Project 1065 that, if made, could change the course of the war. Michael knows that he must get close enough to steal the blueprints and get them to the Allies in time. But that may mean sacrificing everything and everyone to stop the Germans from creating Project 1065. This novel was exciting from start to finish, and even if you don't normally read historical fiction, Project 1065 is one you might want to try. The Miscalculations of Lightning Girl by Stacey McAnulty. Imagine getting struck by lightning. That event is what happened to Lucy Callahan when she was a little girl, and it changed her life forever. The benefit of the blast of electricity is that it rewired her brain, giving her genius-level math skills, like off-the-chart, college-bound by age 12 genius. But it also gave her OCD, or obsessive-compulsive disorder. She is compelled to obsessively clean every surface, and she can't just sit in a chair. She needs to stand up, sit down, stand up, sit down, stand up, sit down to quell that anxiety. Now, since the lightning strike, Lucy has been homeschooled, and she is one course away from going to college. But her Nana says not so fast. She has one last test as well, middle school. Before Lucy can attend college, she must go to the middle school for 1 year, make one friend, and join one school activity, one that doesn't involve a math textbook. So you're starting 7th grade this fall. Do you think Lucy can survive? I loved this book. It had great characters, and her experiences with her classmates seemed genuine. The story reminds us that we need to get out of our comfort zone and embrace what makes us different. The Miscalculations of Lightning Girl. Clean Getaway by Nick Stone. 11-year-old William Scoob Lamar has been suspended from school, and his father is not happy with him. Scoob's dad struggles with growing up fatherless. His father was sent to jail before he was even born, and he doesn't want Scoob to follow down the same path. And as a result, Scoob is grounded, stuck, at home for spring break. However, his white grandma, who he calls Jima, tells him to grab a bag. They're going on an unplanned road trip. Well, Scoob gladly leaves his phone behind so he doesn't have to talk to his dad, and he sets off on this crazy journey through the South. Now, Jima is not your conventional grandma, and neither is this trip. Scoob finds out that Jima has sold her house, bought an RV, and plans on using her most precious possession, her traveler's green book, to retake the trip to Suarez, Mexico, that she and her husband never finished taking in the 1960s. This tour through the civil rights movement in America confronts the country's difficult past, including how fraught with danger travel was to the average black citizen, while raising questions about what progress should look like. Clean Getaway is part history lesson, part road trip that teaches Scoob about the person his grandfather really was. This next book is for those who like the Hatchet series or the I Survived series. The book is called 96 Miles by J.L. Esplin. Their dad had always said that if things get desperate, it's okay to drink the water in the toilet. They never thought that it would come to that. John and Stu thought that they'd sooner die than let one drop of toilet water touch their lips, yet here they were, kneeling before the porcelain throne, holding a tin cup for scooping in one hand and a half-gallon canteen in the other. The Lockwood brothers were supposed to be able to survive everything. Their dad, a hardcore survivalist, had stockpiled enough food and water on their isolated Nevada ranch to last for months. But when they're robbed at gunpoint during a massive blackout. While their dad is out of town, John and Stu must now walk 96 miles in the stark desert sun to get help. And they only have 3 days before the time runs out. During their journey, they are forced to question their dad's insistence on only taking care of themselves. What do they owe their neighbors, their family, or themselves? This book is a great choice, and I hope you consider it. 96 Miles by J.L. Esplin. The Journey of Coyote Sunrise by Dan Gamechanger. 5 years. 5 years, Romeo and Coyote have been on the road in an old converted school bus they call Jaeger. They've changed their names. They've changed their lives. A family of 5 in a blink of an eye becomes a family of 2. In 5 years, they've been running away from the pain. Now, Coyote has been okay with traveling across America's countryside without ever going home, but when her grandmother calls, everything changes. Grandma says the local park is being torn down, and in that park is a treasure box, buried beneath a tree by Coyote, her mother, and 2 sisters before the car accident took their lives. She has to convince her father, Romeo, to go home. But that is an absolute no-go for her father. So Coyote comes up with a plan, and with the help of a bunch of misfit characters they pick up along the way, they try to make it back in time. Because healing is the hardest path to follow. This book is a tug at your heartstrings, keep a box of tissues close, beautiful tale, and I wouldn't be surprised if it becomes a movie. The Journey of Coyote Sunrise by Dan Gamechanger. These are just a few of the amazing books out there to read and enjoy. Now remember, my suggestions are just that, suggestions. Especially with all this time we've had to stay at home, this is a great time to explore the world through a book. And with the end of the school year comes the beginning of the summer reading program. Summer reading is starting on June 22nd. Now, because we're still closed, we'll have to do summer reading a little different this year. We have a really neat online program for you that you can sign up for. And like always, it's free and you don't need a library card to participate. It's called Read Squared, and you can get to it by typing in wspl.readsquared.com on your computer or clicking on the link on our webpage. You can also download the app to your phone. You can earn badge rewards, and you can unlock games to play by earning points for the time you spend reading and for the missions you complete. Badges will be important because they'll be counted as raffle tickets for actual, real prizes at the end of the summer that you'll be able to pick up at the library. 600 points completes the reading program, but you can only earn up to 100 points a week. For you overachievers, there are other ways to earn badges, and you will see that when working on the online program. So again, summer reading program will go on. Now the funny thing is, the theme this year is Imagine Your Story, and I bet none of us imagined this for summer reading. It starts June 22nd, and you can add time and finish missions all the way up until midnight of July 31st. Remember, reading is so important for you not to lose ground in what you've already accomplished. Besides, it's fun. And you know, the library is now open for curbside pickup of books. So, you can certainly read ebooks and e-audiobooks, but you can also get actual real books from the library. Just call us to reserve, and if it's here, it's yours. So get ready to imagine your story this summer and sign up for the library summer reading program.